What? I'm like, isn't this awesome, this new system? So you guys can hear me all the way over there? What? Here's something fun to do when we're allowed to be in a crowded place again. Go and fart upwind of a group of people and wait for it to hit them. It's good at a beach, a ball game. Just follow the wind and then you go from, hey, look great, to, oh. Oh. Did that come from section 102? Holy shit, they're pointing at us and laughing. That's right, fuckers. We got a game of our own going on. All right, we're recovering. We're slowly recovering. We're crawling out of the muck to become human, to become a show again, to become a show again. Wow, who knew I could sing like that? I didn't. I'm not saying it was good. I'm just saying like that. I never sang like that before, so I didn't know I could sing like that. Oh, wow, I didn't know you could sing like that. Yeah, well, neither did I. Never happened before. You know what else is crazy? Look how fucked up the audio is. No, that. The whole show is fucked. It was fucked before, but in a good way. Now, I don't know. What? I don't know. At least the crowd's here. Thank God. Whew. I'm sorry, babe. I know that you get stressed about this stuff, and then I get mad at you. You think I'm mad at you.
I wasn't...
I apologize. It's
okay.
Stressful shit. This whole thing is like I'm back there. I'm trying to pretend I'm in front of a crowd. You know what I mean? I'm trying to go there in my own head here. And then when I go there and they don't show up, I'm like, I'm here now and they're not. Oh my God, oh my God. And it almost doesn't matter why, because I feel like I'm suffocating. But now I feel better. And I don't know if it's really any better. Maybe it's not better. Let's check in. Is it totally not better?
You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I am going to give you a round of applause and cheers for sticking with us and hanging in and doing... What episode are we up to now? 30...
I don't know. It's number too
35?
many. It's number too many.
This is episode 35. So this is for you, my dear.
Oh, thank you, baby. It's too late. I was trying to make me feel better by already cried.
Soak it up, baby.
I don't even want it now. You keep it. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Like the kid at the end of my Marco Polo bit. Yeah, I got a Marco Polo bit. So what? That's one of those bits... It's written by me based on my own personal experiences playing the pool game, Marco Polo. Mm. But I feel like there's a stigma attached. We had this discussion before I put it on the special, if you remember.
Yeah.
That it's like Marco Polo is too easy. You can't do bits about that. Like, come on. It's too fucking easy. Surely 17 comics covered Marco Polo completely in the 80s. But I have my own experience about, and it's a little different. It's about a friend whose son's name is Marco. And wherever we go, if he gets lost in the crowd, it's fucking Marco Polo for everyone around. And so check that bit out. I'm not going to do it because it's on the special. You guys could watch it. I think it's on the interweb. Yeah. You know, you've heard of it. The interweb.
Which interweb is that?
It's the intraweb. It's on the computer. I love that. That's too vague. You can't even say that anymore. Yeah, no, I went on the computer. Yeah, that's where everything is. You're going to have to be more specific. I mean, I was sitting on top of the computer. I was on it. Hardy har that, you fuck. Sorry, that shit got real for a second. I was like, what? har, har! Here's the worst shit you could say to somebody. Next time I'm getting into an altercation, a road rage type altercation, I'm going to remember hardy har, har. And the other guy's like, yo, well, fuck you, you fucking asshole! I'm going to be like, hardy har, har! Hardy har, har, har! Should just do that next time someone's really making me angry. Just be like, oh, really? They will run. I don't know. How would you react if a giant man like me walked up to you and did that? Now I suppose if you've seen this episode, you'd be like, yeah, I totally knew that you were going to do that, Ben. I started this argument in the parking lot with you to see if you would live up to what you promised me. Fuck you, future manipulator. You know, the best way to deal with a situation like that is with control. I never understood that there was some place between being totally quiet and not doing nothing and losing your mind and screaming full-on rage. There's a middle ground. There's like all kinds of stuff in between those two, which eluded me for many years of my life as a young man. Either I was quiet or I was screaming. There's a middle ground. Try to find that shit. If another person is pissing you off, they probably don't realize it. They're just being their annoying self, and they have no idea that it's so annoying to you. You just point it out to them politely, and then hit them with the biggest thing you can find. You just point it out to them politely that they're being like incredibly annoying. I'm sorry, you are being annoying. Could you stop breathing so loudly while we are in this elevator together? What do you mean? That one always makes me like a seventh grader who's not supposed to be laughing whenever someone's breathing really loudly and they don't realize it. It always makes me feel like the little kid who's not supposed to be laughing, which just makes it, that much funnier, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's me. I'm like, oh, it's me this time. You ever whistle with your nose while you're sleeping and it wakes you up? Nice. Got that one woman. I don't hear her often, but that tickled her in her special spot. She sang. See, I like to play with the crowd, folks, and if they're not here, then I have no one to play with. What do you mean? What are you talking about? I don't understand what you mean. You have no one to play with. You got all of us. We're all out here. We're watching. I don't know what it is that you're worried about. You have someone to play with. Yeah, and hey, by the way, maybe take it easy on Emma, okay? She's doing a lot of stuff over there, and then something goes wrong, and you're like, oh, why don't you just try to show a little appreciation for her, okay? Yeah. Give a little bit of appreciation to Emma, and can you give me her phone number? Yeah, just tell her it's the guy who was sticking up for her to you. That got weird. That got really weird. There's all sorts of layers to that.
That was so split personality, but...
What? I like that guy.
I don't mind that guy.
Yeah. Oh, really? Really? Yeah. You'd rather have him than me?
No, just whenever we're having an argument. If he turned up, that'd be awesome.
You're like, hey, babe. He's like, hey, how you doing, babe? You're like, how was golf? He's like, I don't play golf. I was just digging holes and putting shit in them. That's the guy who should come out in the parking lot argument.
What is it? What does he say? Is that guy saying something to me? That guy over there? He's looking at me funny. Is he saying something to me? I hope you're not saying nothing to me, buddy.
That guy. Whew. I would run from that fella. And I am that fella.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't want to kiss,
Yeah. If there's what do you mean? You want to give me a kiss? Come here, give me a little kiss.
Oh, dear.
You're like, on the mouth?
Yeah, of course on the mouth. Why do you think I'm holding it open like this?
We recovered. Mimo Live. I'm going to call out the program. Mimo Live, your newest update, has fucked us up.
Yeah.
Gotta fix that shit. We used your fix, and it did not fix.
Maybe we just drop them next week.
Well, I don't know. I do like the extras.
I do
too. Like the little bits, but maybe everyone could deal with it without the little bits of graphics and the pictures of Sparky. I was slipping out of that one. I was sliding out of that accent. Sometimes you get pulled into another one, and it's hard to stop yourself. We got a picture of the Barkle.
We do.
The Beastie.
We do for everybody but Instagram.
Sorry, Instagram.
Sorry, guys. You guys get the good sound.
Now we're looking at a picture of Sparky.
Good audio. Good sync over on Instagram, but they don't get the pictures. Maybe I should just come around and...
I'm doing this face for the people on Instagram.
Oh.
Sparky's face and the angle and everything.
Oh, and then they'll know exactly what our dog looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Maybe next week I'll just print out all the pictures and I'll come around behind you and just hold them up.
Oh, that's a good idea. Or you guys could just switch over for a minute if you'd like to see a picture of the Barkleby as one of his many names.
You know what?
He's a good pooch. He really is. He's been, it's been so hot lately that we're like, come on out. And he's like, I don't know. You know how I love that backyard. Like it's a little, it's borders on insane how much I love the backyard. But
yeah,
I don't want to come out there right now.
Yeah, you guys are nuts.
Yeah, it was 90, but it felt like 100, they said. I'm like, okay, well, why don't we just make that 100? When it feels like 100, why don't we just let that be 100? Why do we have different numbers for what it is and what it feels like? I don't fucking know. What do I look like, a meteorologist to you? I don't got Doppler. Once in a while, back in the old world, when we went to sporting events, I would go to Giants, New York football Giants games, and drink entirely too much beer in the parking lot. I would often be a little bit too drunk when we got into the game. But if something was just right about the day, it only happened 2 or 3 times, but just the right mix of a Giants win and a little bit of beer and a little bit of scotch, maybe. I would slip into this character, the worst magician in New Jersey was his name, the worst magician in New Jersey. And it involved my tailgating grill as a prop, and I'd be like, are you ready? Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Here we go. And I'd open the grill and be like, look, there's nothing in there, right? You see there's nothing in there. Now I'm going to close it. I'm going to close the grill, and I'm going to open it up in a second. Ready? Ready? Wait for it. Hold on. Ready? Ta-da! There's fucking nothing in there now! As the worst magician in New Jersey. Maybe. As far as I knew. As far as I knew. I knew from here to over there. And that's as far as I knew. Once beyond that point, I no longer knew. You know what I mean? As far as you know. Do you know what I mean? As far as you know. Wait, as far as I know? How far do I know? I don't know. I don't know how far you know. You see what I'm saying? No. No, I hear what you're saying. I can try to imagine it. I can try to see it. You see what I'm saying? Did you write it down? Here's another good one. You know what I'm talking about? Some guys are like, you know what I'm talking about? After everything. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to go take a shit. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Yeah, I'm familiar with the whole thing. With the whole shit thing. You know what I'm talking about? Other guys are like, that's what I'm talking about when you're talking. You say something, and they're like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, no. No, not exactly. No. It's what you're hearing about. You're doing a shit job of it. You keep interrupting me, trying to tell me it's what you're talking about. It's what I am talking about. There. Some rolling laughter and a little bit of security for moi. For moi. I'm sorry we didn't do the show Wednesday, you guys, but as I said earlier, I was so pumped for this. Like, I was really looking forward to Sunday night. And so I think we're going to stick to that plan one way or another. You guys don't need to worry about it, but we might switch back and go four phonios.
Right.
Yeah, not the old time and nothing.
I didn't take Sparky down. I've been too busy looking
That's all right.
at the laugh tracks.
He's offering support. It's nice to have him.
It's nice to have your hound with you.
Yeah, if he was actually right there, he'd be tickling me because he'd be sniffing at my ear.
Yep.
I was getting upset before we. Oh, sorry. Hey, move. Whew. Hey. Get out of here.
Wow, it's so much like the real dog.
Get out of here. Get. How could we be mastering this so well and still having such horrible issues? We just improv that shit. Well done, babe.
Thanks.
Sparkle, barkle, barkle, barkle. He's a good dog. I like him. He's very funny. He often, dogs will respond if you talk to them, We were talking about it the other night, and he was like, and it was like, man, it just felt like part of the conversation. We're like, look at Sparky. He looks pretty comfortable. Are you comfortable over there? And he was like, and we were like, yes? It sounded like no, but maybe that's how dogs say yes. We had a guy do some work here. He operated heavy machinery, right? He dug some holes for us. And then we put trees in them, and they fucking died, all of them. But it had nothing to do with him. But he brought his dog with him. He had a little pug dog, and the dog would sing along, no bullshit, with like classic rock tunes, because he had been riding around with the dude listening to classic rock for like years, and he started like singing along. It was crazy. He must be on the YouTube somewhere. The singing pug.
Think?
He must be. I don't know. Oh, Sparky, back it up. Sparky. It's so very much like the reality of trying to get Sparky to do what you want.
I took him so far out that then I couldn't get him back, so I was playing around with it. Now he's back here.
Cheers, everybody. Cash Cab Drive-By number 2. We survived the first half of the latest episode. We're still here. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're keeping your asses clean and being good to one another. Find something to laugh about. Find something to work on. A project. A wise man once told me you need something to do, something to look forward to, and someone to love. So find those and you'd be all right, man. Gotta have something to do. Idle hands do the devil's work. Probably fucking that up. I think that's pretty close to the gist of it. But what I was saying before reminded me of today's movie quote. I got a movie quote, and it is: you have 2 forms of expression, silence and rage. It's a great movie. It's one that I love, and I'm pretty sure I got the character and the actor and the name of the movie and everything.
Okay.
Pretty sure. If I don't, then I don't. If I don't, then I don't. Hey, while you're watching that, I can say thank you to the 2 people who have made donations on Instagram to No Kid Hungry for a total of $30. That's fantastic, you guys. It's going to help a lot of people right away. So awesome. Get on ya for doing that. That's fantastic. The rest of you guys, you can do that as well. We don't have it built in to the broadcast.
No.
Which might be something else we would be able to do if we went back to the phones.
Yeah, we could with Facebook.
Yeah, so maybe it's another reason to do that. And then I got 4 of me looking back at me, which, you know, I'm okay. I like to look at myself because, I mean, look at my hair. It's fucking perfect. Am I right? Am I right? Look at it. Yeah, I know it looks very military-y. Militant? That's why there's a word that means military, because to say military doesn't sound very military. And that's today's fictional word origin. Militant, because military doesn't sound very military.
We have some... I just looked up. Wow, you really committed to that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so we have some people who are answering.
Oh, okay, good. What do you got?
David Kowalski.
Kowalski, yeah. What do you got, Kowalski?
Says Midnight Run.
Boom!
With a question
Right out of the
mark.
gate. Kowalski nailed it.
Troth says Midnight Run, but
Midnight
they said
Run.
they cheated. So
They looked it up.
I
like,
guess.
you have to use Google, right, for the movie? Yeah, because it doesn't mean anything. There's nothing at all is writing on it. That's what I started to say about Sparky before. I was getting angry because I was getting fed up with these production issues that we've been having. We did a little announcement at 8 o'clock reminding people that it was going to be later. You remember, some of you. And the results, we also used that as a little test to see like how things were, and it was horrible. And I was getting angry, and Sparky, when I get upset, he can't take it. He's like, I have to jump on top of him and lick his face until he doesn't feel this way anymore. For real. And that's exactly what he did. I was like, and he was like, hey, man, hey, it's all right, it's okay. It's just... I'm like, oh, easy. And he literally jumped up and like, open mouth tongue. Like right up to your face and kiss you. That's from.
Is that what I heard when I was in the bathroom?
Name what that's from. There's another thing that people can name what that one's from. But yeah, it's not a movie though. It's an album. It's a song.
I popped out of the bathroom and I was like, what? And I was looking at you and you're like, what? And I was like, I thought you said something. And you're like, I was talking to Sparky. I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah. I was like, come here, lick my face.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah, he got me inside the mouth, dog tongue.
I thought you were saying, I got distracted by the comments. I thought you were saying
some people just
you
don't.
did that to him, that you jump on him
I
and
grab him. I'm like, you will be happy.
And lick him. That's pretty.
I'm the dog in the relationship.
That's kind of. That's your sense of humor.
Oh, that I would say that. No.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. But no, he did it to me. And
he
he got me good. He did. And it cheered me up.
Yeah. It's impossible not to.
And then I fucking lost it again. 42 minutes later, it went wrong live again.
Maybe those people who keep saying we should bring Sparky down are right.
No dogs in the studio. We had this conversation before.
Sparky's not allowed.
It's a studio. There's lots of equipment. There's highly sensitive recording equipment. This is a dog hair free zone. Understand? It's gotta stay that way.
Plus, it's not the safest.
No dog hair in this room. Understand? Okay. Sorry, I don't know who that was, but he feels strongly about it.
He does.
People have dogs.
Safest environment
No,
for a
like
dog.
if anywhere the dog goes, there's a rug. There, you might as well. There's a fucking rug. So it's good to have dog hair free zones, man. That's all I'm saying. That and what I said before. But Sparky cheered me up. He's good like that. He don't like to see me unhappy. When I'm worried, he's like he can't take it, right?
Yeah,
which is interesting because sometimes he just doesn't give a shit about me at all. Like I'm like, hey, and he's like, yeah. I'm staring. Can't you see I'm staring off over by the corner of the fence? Leave me alone. Like he just wants nothing to do with me sometimes.
Or Emma's in the kitchen. I cannot hear you. I cannot see you.
Right. Yeah, well, he'll ignore.
You do not exist for me.
Everyone, and everything except a potential food source in the moment is gone. Right? It's like somebody opens a bag of crackers and there's nothing else in the universe except that fucking bag of crackers. So, just waiting for crackers. The rest of you guys can donate to No Kid Hungry or Feeding America. We have been pushing those the whole time because they are charities that help peoples who need food right away. You know, when you need food, you don't need food in a few months. Like, yeah, I think we should get some of that free food that starts. When does that start? In November? Yep, not gonna work. We're fucking hungry right now. So, Feeding America and No Kid Hungry, those are flashing on the screen right now. They're not links. I wish they were. Maybe they could be. I don't know. Yeah, let's try something else when the system that we have doesn't fucking work already. Yeah, just pile more and more shit on there. I'm sure it'll work better with more stuff. But yeah, you guys can make donations, even if you're not on Instagram. And you can watch these shows on our YouTube channel and tell people about them, because people are watching them, and we are making money from that.
And we might, yeah.
Not a lot. We're saving up for a lollipop. But lollipops are expensive these days.
Every little bit counts right now.
It's not that bad, actually. It's better than that by a lot. But so yeah, if you feel inclined to help us, like, hey, you want to watch Ben Bailey lose his fucking mind over technical issues for 7 minutes, and then do 40 minutes of crazy, weird, ridiculous stand-up? This is the show for you. Oh, hold on, everybody. Looks like I got a note in my pocket. I left. Sometimes on the show these come out. I don't know if you guys have heard, but I've been here for one of these before. But I like to leave myself very positive, little inspirational notes for me. I tuck them into my jeans, and then later I'll find them, and I get a little boost. And it's just a nice little thing that I try to do nice things for myself. So I left myself this note, and it says, "Go fuck yourself." Man, oh man. I love the staccato strings. Staccato!
I thought that
right
might
up to your face
add
and
a little
diss
something
you.
to that segment. I like the irony.
That was the Beastie Boys. I don't know if anybody guessed the Beastie Boys. Thanks, babe. I like the call on the music as well. Well done. We've recovered, everyone.
We have.
Mostly because everyone stopped watching. A long time ago, people were like, you know what? I don't want to watch anymore. I feel like we have segments that we normally do, and we're forgetting.
We do. I was wondering if you wanted to do ASMR.
Do we? Oh, yeah. I think maybe it's time to go to ASMR. ASMR. As Mr.
I brought some snacks.
On. Looks like we have some delicious snacks for today's ASMR section. Excellent.
Mine sounded like somebody's fly going down. Is the bag opening?
was ASMR, everybody. Asmer. Another silly mouth reduction. Cheers, folks. Thanks for staying with us, hanging with us. If you have, you're a trooper. Or a set of troopers. A trooper group. A group of troopers.
A group of trooper.
Group of trooper. Thank you.
Sounds like one of the Mario Kart characters.
Indeed, it does. Cooper Trooper, or Super. It sounds like that movie, Super Troopers.
Super Troopers. Da, 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 da. That's an ABBA song.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds awful.
Real-time laughs in the room.
Let's go political for a minute. I think we need to go political, guys. I think we just forgot to. We don't normally do anything political on the show, but once in a while we do this segment. It's called Trumpet. Got a trumpet.
That's awesome. It gets a little bit longer, a little bit better every week, babe.
I love that it almost like you'd be like, wait a minute, does he know what he's doing?
Can he play?
Can he play the trumpet? Oh no. He just then like 2 seconds later, nope, no, he sure can't. That was not a note. What the fuck? What in the fizzuck is that? Let's check in with some hearts. Can we rate me? Give us a score. What does it say? Give us a score on Facebook. Rate, I said, me on Facebook, or vote for me.
Vote for me.
Vote for me on Facebook.
We need to figure out if we can change that.
I'm running for something.
What would you have?
You could vote for. I'm running for something. If you want, you could vote for me on Facebook.
Give me the attention that my parents didn't give me when I was a child.
I called this place the other day. Nice. Excuse me. I called this place the other day to see if they had if they were back to regular hours. And there was a woman answered the phone and said the name of the business, and she was like, I don't want to out her, but she was like, hello.
I laughed because she was on speaker.
And I was like, oh, yeah, hi. I just wanted to see if you guys were back to regular hours. And she was like, for what? And I was like, just for regular hours that you're open.
It's only one service.
What?
If Ben said what it was, it would give it away.
It would totally give it away, yeah.
But
for what?
Yeah, there's...
For business. For openness.
Compared to your not regular hours that you were having.
When do you close?
For the only thing that
Why?
you do.
I just wanted to see if you guys were back to regular hours. Why? What do you mean why?
Because it's just calling to tell you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah, because I was gonna come by. I was gonna bring you a little something. It was called a Go Fuck Yourself.
Yeah, for Valentine's Day gifting.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I wanted to come cut your hair.
Someone want to come cut my hair?
No, you wanted to go cut her hair. That's what you were calling.
Why? How late are you going to be there today? Why? Because I thought I might pop over and give you a trim. For what? Oh, it was great.
For being such a nice lady.
For what?
We couldn't stop doing that for a while.
Yeah, we were just doing it all day, and it reminded us of the character in Monsters, Inc.
Oh,
who's like,
Mike
Wazowski.
Don't forget your paperwork.
That's a great one. I like that movie a lot.
It is a fun film.
It's animated, so it's like for the kids, but fuck, it's good. It gets you. It gets you right in the fucking in here.
Yeah, if you want a feel-good movie, I definitely recommend that one for
Monsters.
right now.
Incorporated.
Or anytime.
Yeah, now or later or whenever you like.
We have that one permanently on the DVR. I like it.
Whenever you like. Did I ever tell a story on the show about my friend whose brother-in-law was visiting from another country and
oh no,
and the cookies,
you haven't told this story.
A friend of mine, a guy that I know, a guy that used to be in the comedy world, he married a girl and they moved north. And he is doing very well in a different business, and he's doing well. And he told me this story that I think she's from Colombia, and her brother came to visit them and spoke a little bit of English. And it was the dead of winter, and they're like keeping their house warm with propane, I think, and the stove, and like so many people who buy a place and then find out or like, yeah, propane's fine, I guess, I don't know, and then they move in there and then they're like, holy fucking shit, this stuff is expensive. Yeah. And you got a tank in the yard that has to be refilled and it's expensive as shit. So they're like trying to be good about not just blowing the propane out because it's fucking pricey. And my buddy goes to work, and when he comes back, his brother-in-law comes out and goes, I made some cookies, and he's got a tray with a couple of like 2 or 3 cookies on it. And my buddy's like, dude, you can't heat up the oven and go through the whole thing just to make 2 or 3 cookies. You make the whole thing. And he goes, what? And then he gets it explained to him what my friend said. And he goes, oh, no. And he runs into the kitchen, and he comes back out with the package. And on the side of it says, make them all or just a few at a time. And I think he just turned around and left the house and never went back after that.
I'm slaving away to heat this house.
I just love it. It's just so perfect.
You're putting the whole oven on just for 2 cookies.
Oh, yeah. No, it's fine. Look, it says right on the package.
It's gonna work all day.
You can make them all or just a few at a time. Because they are 98.8% sugar, and they will sit here in this same state for about 10,000 years. Because they're those like roll-up cookie dough. Oh, remember when cookie dough used to be something that you would just get if someone was making cookies, and then it would be like hand slap. Don't touch the cookie dough. Then somebody was like, you know what? I'm thinking about making cookie dough and then not making cookies, just like eating the dough, selling the dough. You don't even have to cook it. And yeah, now you can buy cookie dough just to eat, not to make cookies with.
So
just to eat it.
When you were a kid,
the world is changing.
That's how people made cookies. They would buy.
Yeah,
They would buy dough in a.
Back in the late 1800s, we would circle the wagons.
Stop it.
And then it took a long time. We weren't making them just a few at a time in those days.
Because we didn't have that in Australia. I don't know if it's there now.
We had. You mean like cookie dough that?
Yeah, that you like
could
if you
buy.
Yeah,
cookie
if
dough?
you're gonna make cookies, you get flour. And sugar. And
that's what I mean. When I was a kid, that's how it was. You couldn't just buy cookie dough. You had to buy all the ingredients and make cookie dough.
Right.
And then while you were putting the cookies out, you'd be like, man, this shit is pretty fucking good before you cook it. And then somebody was like, hey,
you know what?
Let's not cook it.
When I was
and I put in ice cream. And it's like everywhere.
Right, yeah. When I was a kid, I did that once. Like I was like, you know what? I love like chocolate chip cookie batter. It's the best, or dough, as you guys would say.
Right, cookie dough.
And
one
day I came home from school, and before Mum was home, I used to bake a lot. I made.
She means like actually baking stuff, not getting baked. For those of you who are like, yeah, I knew it. I thought she was a fellow smoker. I knew she used to bake a lot, man.
Yeah, this is a.
She means cookies and shit, like actual.
This is a bird of paradise on my shoulder, not a weed leaf.
A bird of paradise.
Yeah, the flower.
Very nice, very nice. May the bird of paradise fly up your nose. It's from some old silly song. And may the bird of paradise fly up your nose.
Oh my God, what's
Up your nose with a rubber hose.
Okay, if anyone knows what song that is, let us know.
Oh, people know. It's huge. Although, it's not to say that I've never been the one who's like, oh, you guys remember this? And everyone's like, what?
Yeah.
We're talking video games. Everyone's like, oh, I love Space Invaders. Remember Space Invaders? Pac-Man? And I was like, you guys remember Mappy? And, and everybody was like, what? What? What's it called? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay. So anyway, I made a batch of dough, and I'm like, I'm just gonna eat the dough. I'm not gonna bake the cookies like I always would.
You're a pioneer. You were a pioneer.
And I was like, this is awesome. Like, why? Mum would always say you can't. You have to cook them.
Yeah, you can't do it. You can't just eat it.
Why not? I'm just gonna do it. I was being
awesome.
This was me
rebellion
as a teenager.
Yeah. I knew you were trouble. I knew you were probably trouble.
And so I ate cookie dough, and I just sat and ate it, and after a little while, it makes your mouth go really ugh. It's like
sorry.
Much
I was
like
getting
that.
really into what you were describing.
Yeah, and your mouth gets all dry and like that sort of feeling after, like when you eat spinach and it's like on your teeth, but it's all over your tongue and the sides of your mouth.
I only like raw spinach for that reason. I don't like the way cooked spinach feels. Yeah.
Right.
When you bite it, it's like it feels like it's grabbing your teeth. Like, get off me.
Yeah.
Let go of me, spinach. I'll eat you raw. I swear to God, I will. Like cookie dough. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it leaves your. I wonder if the cookie dough that they sell now as to eat.
Yeah.
Without cooking. What if you bought cookie dough and then you brought it home? You're like, I'm gonna make these when I get home. They'd be like, hey, no, you just eat the dough. You just eat the dough. You're like, no.
It doesn't work in the oven.
Yeah, it's not that kind of cookie dough. It's sugar. It's pure sugar. 100 percentile. Wow, it's 9:59.
We've got 1 minute to go, baby.
1 minute to go. We better do Sunday. Do we have holidays? Are we looking at some holidays? Holidays. Let's take a look at the holidays. Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny when you're on camera on the others. I make faces. I do silly things to what you're saying for the people on Instagram.
That's cool.
It's two different shows.
It's good.
It's two totally different shows.
Well, that might be the show next week.
Yeah, it might be.
All right. So, we have National Ice Cream Day.
Oh, what do you know? Weren't we just talking about ice cream?
And, were we? I thought we were talking
not earlier. We were.
Oh, right.
Not on the show. We were talking about cookie dough, and I mentioned ice cream. But we had a conversation about ice cream earlier before you guys were here.
And there's National Daiquiri Day.
Daiquiri Day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ice cream. Okay. Anything we could do a few from the week.
And then I threw in, because there's only 2 today, there's some from the week. There's National Get Out of the Doghouse Day.
National Get Out of the Doghouse Day. Fuck yeah. That's when, okay.
And,
that's enough.
Yeah,
what do we have?
All right.
Get Out of the Doghouse, daiquiri, and ice cream?
Yep.
Do we have one more? Is there one more?
Yeah. How about National Get to Know Your Customers Day?
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Customers, doghouse, daiquiris, ice cream.
Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Are you set? Sunday!
This weekend, 1 day only, 4 fucking holidays. One of them's about ice cream, so stuff it in your face, fucker. And if you don't like ice cream, it doesn't matter. Pour yourself a daiquiri, because it's National Daiquiri Day. And if you're in trouble with the wife, guess what? Now you're in trouble with the dog, because he's saying, get out of the doghouse. You're sleeping in the yard, motherfucker. Sunday, 1 day only.
Woo!
Totally spaced on that one. Holy moly.
Well done, babe.
Oh. I'd like to apologize for my behavior at the beginning of the show. It's supposed to be fun for everyone, and sometimes I get angry, I lose my temper, and it means a lot to me. Okay, that's why I get so angry. It means something to me. I hate my temper. I really do. It's a good thing to have if you need it, but you don't really. There's like no times that you need it, really. Always been an issue for me. The temper. I had to develop warning signs. Like if I start to feel this way, that means 3 more steps in the wrong direction, and I'm attacking someone. So, warning signs, okay? And if you're at number 1, if number 1 hits you, leave. Because once 1 hits, 2 and 3 they're I mean, it's over at 1, really. That's a problem with losing your temper. By the time you realize it's too late. You've already lost your temper. So you have to catch it beforehand and go, this is a situation where I am likely to get angry. And so I'm just going to fucking back out. I'm just going to get away from it and come back to it later.
Unless you're doing a live show.
And then live it. Live in the fucking moment. Scream at your lady and anyone else who gets in your way. That's absolute truth about the temper. If you're a person who has a bad temper, that's a good way to deal with it. At least it worked for me. Set up some warning signs for yourself. Because, once you're like, yeah, I lost my temper. Yeah, you're waiting to make bail with the guy next to you. He's like, me too.
Set up warning signs and set up a punching bag in your garage.
Yeah, really, it's just getting out of that moment. Because if you get away from it a little bit and look back, you're like, that's ridiculous that I was to that point at that, over that, usually. Anyway. I just thought I'd end the show with a little temper management advice. And Instagram ended right then. That was perfect. Next week, how to deal with neighbors. How to fumble your way through shitstorms that life throws at you. Take a step back. Eat that edible that your friend from the bowling alley gave you. And you're like, no, I don't want it. He's like, take it. You're like, I don't want it. I don't even just take. No, you're gonna love it. Just take this. And then, so when you're losing your temper, you're in one of those spots. Step away. Eat some fruit. That's what I meant by that. I don't want to be judged by people. Okay, don't fucking come on here just to judge people. All right. You guys are awesome. I hope you've had. Normally, I'd say I hope you've had as much fun as I have, but you saw what happened here tonight. So I hope you had more fun than I had.
Hope you had as much fun as I had later in the show.
I ended up having fun.
I meant me. I laughed a lot.
That's great, babe. I laughed some. I laughed a little.
Play with that later.
From time. Doing? I'm just. I don't want to wait because sometimes it doesn't go in.
And then what?
And then the people, believe me, the people that are still here, they don't give a shit. They got nothing to do. They would have left by now. I'm just kidding. I didn't forget about you guys. I just, I want to get that in there. I want to make sure that
all right.
The worst beginning of a late night show ever goes out to the public. Hey, it wasn't the worst, but it was a little bit rough. But that's it, guys. That's episode 35. We are now Sunday nights at 9 o'clock. You don't have to worry about nothing, but shit might be a little different come next week. Okay? Because I can't take this shit no more. With the fucking issues. You know what I mean? But you guys, just come back next Sunday at 9. All right? We're going to have fun again. And we're going to forget about that stuff. We're going to come back stronger than ever. Yeah! I'm going to juggle some fucking chickens, man! Yeah!
Good night, you guys. Thanks so much.